Yeah,
in
Alk was kind
BT.
of in a almost too good position because of the overall economy being brought down. Alchemist was getting away with having the extra bit from his Greevil's Greed, so I guess Ice Frog was just like, yeah, you know what? If everybody's not making as much money, you shouldn't be making quite as much either, and he just tuned it back
Yeah,
a
but
little
he,
bit.
he wasn't even picked at all. Like he was like all these other heroes I kind of understand because they were being touched still, right?
Yeah,
And like heroes that were untouched, they got buffed. And like Alk was like, I don't know, he got picked like once or twice or
yeah, but Ice
something.
Frog doesn't like Alk. To be honest with you, I don't either. So if he's seen some play, I guess he's like, you know what? That's already too much play. We'll tweak it down a bit. You might be right because I honestly didn't see too much of it either. We saw it maybe more so in EUCIS during ESL time, but yeah, it seemed like more of a niche pick otherwise. Naga comes out though. Uh, Not so much I've seen Yoar do a whole lot of. More of those other things you said, like the PL, but I imagine it kind of fits the same scheme a bit.
Yeah, kind of an illusion hero. Business doesn't have much to deal with it. I mean, they have like okay heroes. Honestly, it's like for early and mid game, as long as like Naga doesn't get out of control and gets his fast Manta Diffusal Heart, right? Then he's kind of untouchable. The moment he kind of gets Heart. So Moo's probably thinking right now like either they can think about trying to end the game like kind of early, which is generally hard because you don't want to play on a timer, or a hero that can kind of deal with this Naga. Um, but for Quincy crew, I kind of see. I still think they want to play like along what Mojo generally plays with, which is like his. I mean, I think Legion's really good because you kind of need a W hero and another like disable hero,
Yeah.
because they don't really have strong lockdown between their support duo. And maybe someone that can synergize with Tusk because Bat Rider is kind of still there. Bat Rider and Puck
Mm.
are still kind of there. That's like for the laning purposes.
Yeah.
But the other two heroes that work very well is like Beast and Legion. And Business bans out the Beast actually.
Yeah,
Because with
definitely a lot of bans on the offlaners, in particular a lot of the Mojo pickups already being taken off the table. The only one I could think of outside of what you named would be like Centaur's seen some play if they need to disengage, but Arena seems kind of good against that once he locks you in.
yeah, Mars is generally pretty above decent, so I would
Mm-hmm.
say against Centaur.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Mm. But
Let's see what
good
goes
call to
over
ban
here.
on the Beastmaster, though. He provides just so much, and the opportunity to kind of lock someone down for that period of time. Invoker could chime in globally. Everyone else could rotate over to the setup. And he's had
There's
so much
synergy.
Beastmaster games this event's
Yeah, there's
ridiculous.
there's a lot of synergy, which is like
Yeah.
with the Tuskar third spell,
OG Lit
and with the
Legion.
Chen as well for the Jakiro.
Oh, I like
Do something.
that. A little spicy pickup there at the end. The Jakiro. Is it the Mojo Jakiro, or is Mojo playing Tusk and they're trying to do some Tusk Jakiro offlane stuff?
It's not EG, so Boba ain't playing this Tusk. I mean, it's like they wanted a range hero that synergy, like that does like something with the Tuskar, right? I'm getting frustrated. I don't know what his third spell is called. His tag team. Gosh.
The tag team? The one we always talk about?
What does Moo want here?
Yeah, Tusk will have Mars in check. Jakiro, though, Moo's now knows he's going to be possibly dealing with this Jakiro, I assume. And it's like, who can handle constant bits of harassment and that slow?
Spectre or something?
Heavy scaling Spectre. Lesh.
They want to play a fast tempo, so it's the Shadow Demon Lesh lane. They have a lot of kill threat in there. Like this lineup from Business is actually pretty scary. Like the thing that Quincy Crew does have is like this Naga to sleep to disengage like the initiation or like the combo that BA has, right? Because like every hero pretty much will have a disabled. DP's obviously he's gonna go for Yules this game as well. So all 5 heroes have like a strong disable. They have a lot of setup, and like their team fight is actually insane. And if this Invoker doesn't like kind of snowball and control this game, I think it's like it's a pretty smooth sailing for BA, and also like Naga, like because it's about timing. I guess they really wanted a hero that can deal with his illusions.
10 seconds
And,
remaining.
Do you see MSS is playing Shen in the offlane?
Oh,
5 seconds.
Taking a page out of the 33 book that we saw ESL OG, ESL offlane Chen. I don't know if I've seen him ever play too much of that. Is this something he's played a little bit in pubs? Is this something that they're just going to give a go?
I'll take a look right now. At history. I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's
usually,
interesting.
Usually, like in any tournament, like whether it comes LAN or online, people want to like practice like certain heroes, and they'll like spam heroes like before like their matches or something, and it kind of triggers like because we're all friends with each other, and they're like it might trigger a ban like, hey, this guy's like playing like RTZ's playing 20 games of Terrorblade. I think they kind of want him, and potentially let's just ban it, and he's been practicing hero. But he has played Chen. Yeah, he's played Chen 3 days ago. Played Enchantress yesterday a couple times. So
you don't have to say any names, but are there players who have like secret accounts that they just run and play heroes on to not reveal publicly like that?
I probably Envy. Envy is one. But...
Oh shit! You called him out. Envy's got a secret account. Find it.
Some people like play on Smurfs and they remove everyone aside from their teammates to like hide their identity.
Yeah. Okay, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, how do they get away with like secretly grinding these kind of heroes without, like you said, the other team just going Dota buff / MSS. What's he playing? Okay, ban. It would be better to have that kind of element of surprise.
I mean, even with these Smurfs, people know who they are, but it takes a lot of work to find their games. And I mean, I have my ways.
That's a coach's job, right? The coach or stat man. That's on you guys to be able to do the research and provide the data necessary. But some heroes they're just they take a little more finesse. I'm sure there's plenty of heroes that you can kind of pick up and play and get the idea of how it works. But others, yeah, you need to be practiced a bit. All right, a little bit of a pause to start this one out, but we are underway, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's the Beyond the Summit Pro Series playoff action starting today. You've tuned in right on time. It's game number 1. Quincy crew, formerly known as Chaos, going here against Business Associates. Quincy crew finished at the top of the group stage, going undefeated 7-0. Yesterday they took down Crazy in a match of the undefeateds, and they earned their spot as top seed. And with their choice, they decided to go off against Business Associates, which many expected, the other choice being Evil Geniuses. Now, that did mean that Team Crazy are going to be going against Evil Geniuses in the next series. So, lots of hype Dota today. And I'm very eager to see what is in store for us. And already game number 1, what a treat. The Mojo off-lane Chen, not one that we get to see very often in the American scene. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing what Business wants to pull off here. If they're going to be aiming for First Blood top, or they're just dual laning with Shadow Demon, Mars bottom, so they have this Mirana top against the Chen. I think they just really wanted to adapt to like wherever Chen's going to be playing into. It makes a lot of sense.
Of course.
I thought they were going to look for aiming for First Blood, but I think this is good what they're trying to do here.
Yeah. For now, Mojo hanging south here. Maybe anticipating that he was going to get stuck against the Mirana. Nope, he seems to be going cross-country. He's going to head all the way up. But as we could see, Moose is there waiting for him as gatekeeper. Just keeping him in check. Like, wherever you go, buddy, I'm going to have an arrow waiting for your new summoned friend. Or they'll cross each other's paths. And he'll just go all the way bottom, and Mojo will go top, and he'll find out later that Chen's somewhere else, I guess. Or he could be going for First Blood arrow bottom. We'll see.
I think Fear kind of messed up here. He preemptively skilled his Shadow Poison, and I think they realized that, so he's running around again. And
oh, yeah. This could have been a much easier arrow setup with that disruption, of course. So, we'll see. He hit back mid. No, he TP top.
He realized it. And I think
okay. Not even bother for it. All right, yeah. Unfortunately, a bit awkward there for Business at the start, not being able to go for an opportunity like that, but Moose does make the return to the top lane to kind of watch that one out. Mid lane, Quinn Invoker versus 9 Death Prophet.
We can't miss First Blood, though, Dakota.
I know. I mean, that's also part of your job, my man. You got to help me. Watch out the whole map. Use each other's little camera. And,
so this is kind of funny because it's like he's trying to arrow this range creep from Chen, but like MSS, like he's a veteran like micro kind of player.
He's body blocking it, or he just took it and he's holding it for himself, so then make sure it's not arrowed. That is, that's the heads up play right there. Do you like that the range creep is that valuable, or should it be tuned around and equalized a bit more with the melee creeps again?
What do you mean? Like,
well, right now it feels like it's very important to get the range creep, like to the point of you see supports, anyone just kind of spamming it down immediately to make sure it's not denied.
He got it.
He ended up getting it. Yeah, I mean, is it good to feel that you have to secure the range creep that much, or should they consider, spreading out the XP a bit?
I mean, it makes sense because it's like kind of like a skill thing where you're very focused on it because of the XP and the gold
Mm-hmm.
that it how much value it gives in comparison to the melee. It's just like a strategic value in the laning stage, and like using your extra spells, whether you're gonna use your stun, your arrow, a nuke for it, and it's just I think it's fine. I kind of like the change.
I can
Like it
definitely
was,
see both sides of it. Some of it being a bit frustrating, some of it being like, well, that's part of the game, and it's a chase for the range creep, and you better use your skills appropriately for it. Top lane, stun arrow setup. It's a little bit of damage, but it seems Biver may be fine. So you can go on with your point.
Yeah, usually it's because it's like people didn't really care. It's because range creep usually puts yourself in the most like sketchiest like position. Oh, top. Oh.
Yeah, I kept my eyes here. Don't worry. They actually just ended up turning it right around. Biver set up a beautiful shard block, and they just tag team down Moo's Lesh.
Oh no, he brought the wave into the tower. Usually you don't want to do that if you're not the core.
Oh, bottom. They do also run down Fear. SVG chases that one out, and now will be feeding himself under the tower. But, I guess he's happy he's able to take down the Shadow Demon.
And mid lane seems, wow, Nine's absolutely destroying Quinn right now.
I have never seen Quinn get this crushed. Yesterday he had, a run-in with Bryle. That was a little more difficult, probably his biggest challenge this Pro Series so far, but I have not seen him be put in this much of a deficit. Even when it's been a matchup not in his favor on paper based on heroes, he'll still be able to kind of break it out even. But, yeah, here he's getting doubled up on right now.
Yeah, I mean, Quinn is probably, like I said, he's the best NA mid player at the moment. A lot of respect towards Nine and everything. I think he's great, but, it's just Quinn's been having outstanding performances and very stable as well.
Mm-hmm.
Top tower is under attack.
This time he'll be tested for his Invoker as he tries to push forward for the Earn to Spirit combo. And MSS fighting over with that pull camp, of course. Moves a bit frustrated. Arrows back on that creep. And, Quincy crew have their own side pull here. And they'll get the creep wave again under their own tower.
Yeah, Mojo needs to work on his micro a little bit there. I saw what he's trying to do. He's getting all his creeps arrowed right now.
Oh, give the guy a break.
He's getting lazy. He was doing really good in the early game, but then...
Gets to comfort bottom. Fear under a bit of pressure. Has to kind of sidestep a bit. And Nine was able to grab that DD rune bottom. I don't know if there's too much kill potential with your Death Prophet even having a DD rune, but certainly nice to take away from Quinn.
Or thinking of cycloning him, so removes it.
Yeah.
Doesn't get every creep denied here. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's been rough. I've seen a couple times. They even tried to go for a tornado earlier and didn't end up denying the deny, if you know what I mean. So it's been rough.
Bounty runes are coming out now.
A very hot moment
having
here.
A really nice game bottom lane as well. I think Business is actually winning 3 lanes right now. Top lane kind of being even.
Yeah. Fear's going to be grabbing both bounties bottom, too. Rather easily. No contention at all. Top, though. Quincy are on the move, looking to take another approach onto Moo here. Nice little setup. Easy little shard block. And they make quick work of Lesh. Recognizing that Moose has stepped away from the lane for the 5-minute bounty. I guess they decided to pounce on the core.
Yeah, they saw him under vision because Quincy crew had a ward on top of him. So they're like, hey, let's just go on this guy. He's a little out of position.
Oh, yeah. Moo's doing the 2 points in arrow early. Favoring that bit of damage. I know sometimes they love to juice up the Q instead. Maybe that's a decision when the Mirage more in a core position, but here wants to bulk up the damage, which was buffed a patch or so ago.
It does 2.5 times more the damage.
Yeah.
It goes from 60 to 150. It's pretty significant.
Nice. You got to land it, though. And his setup right now is just kind of the stun, and that stun already is a bit tricky for Lesh, so we'll see what kind of opportunities are going to be there. Oop.
Oh,
Does get
there
the
you go, Mojo.
Sidesteps his own creeps, allows the neutral to take it.
This is probably one of the best and probably funnest Mirana games, just because they don't really have a W hero to dispel his arrow, and second of all of his whole team has a setup. Like, this Leshuk will eventually build the Yules,
yeah.
He will build the Yules, Shadow Demon, and then Mars, all these setups for him. It's just beautiful.
Very true. Right, Chuck back at bottom lane here as SVG continues to dish out the harassment onto Brax and get that side camp pulled within the lane. This is their catapult push too, but they're gonna kind of sack the catapult. It looks like
Business should look into like making smoke or like rotating towards mid right now, seeing as that there's 3 bottom. give all this XP to like kind of Mars right now and just force some TPs or force some reaction. And Tuskar, he actually TP, like it's kind of obvious that he TP bottom because he was top. So it's just like he wouldn't be able to react either. So this play would have been like really nice from them.
Yeah. Would be a good time because it does look like Quinn is catching up a bit in this mid lane. DP obviously still a margin ahead by about a quarter of a level and a fair amount of CS, but you know, Quinn's got levels himself and he's kind of maintaining order a bit. Who's a bit deep in this top lane, needs a couple of tower shots, but you know, like you said, isn't really deterring from this top lane too much. I think he just dropped a ward under a ward, so they have probably spotted that out.
He's had that, no, because the way that he ran in tower, he bought a sentry the moment like he ran there and the tower started hitting him. That's kind of like an abuse that you can do, where you know if enemy has wards, it's just the tower will just hit you and fog.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay, he pings out that there's an arrow there. Okay. I got confused by the icon on the mini map.
Yeah, that's why he bought the sentry.
All right. Yeah, good heads up to detect that one out. And all the mana going to be taken away from 9 here in the mid lane. Has the mango still to juice it up and a clarity in the pocket, which he'll pull out right now. But both of them, you know, level 7, they want to kind of get the action going. It looks like Quinn is going to eyeball the top illusion.
Viver's really top lane. He's TPing now. Going for the ward.
Oh,
denied.
Nice
That's
deny.
So sad.
Wow. All that effort, that scouting, those tower hits, all for nothing.
Arrow of truth. Got one. Oh wow, he got the helm creep too.
Ooh.
That's 200 gold.
And this creep wave is too far forward for them to get aggressive onto Moo, but Moo also can't really do much at this meantime. He's suffering a little bit in this top lane. He's doing okay. He hasn't died recently, but looks like he's going to scout other options. Is this getting just a bit too troublesome? They'll obviously dive forward for the tower. Rana is left behind, but she does have that leap to make it away.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of weird. It's like Lesh is trying to make something happen because he knows he can't lane top against these heroes. Leaving Mirana here to arrow all these creeps. Mojo's micro, sorry.
You lose another one? Yeah, he did.
He lost another one.
Where'd Potato go, Mojo? This is on your hands.
But yeah, they kind of saw this Tuskar top. Like they should have made a rotation like elsewhere onto the map right now. And Lesh finally like he TP towards bottom, and they're gonna try to pressure this tower now.
Yeah, they're rotating all over the place. It looks like Quinn has made the journey to the top lane here. They're going to commit all the way in and get that grab on the moves, while bottom, as you mentioned, converging to going on to SVG here. Now gets shoved within the tree, and they should be able to easily 3-on-1 that and follow it up with some good damage on this tier 1 tower.
They got a glyph out of it.
Nice.
Both teams got kills on supports on both side lanes and pressuring the tier 1s together. So, wow, Naga gets a nice poor man shield here.
Yeah, mid lane.
Mid lane.
Quinn getting siphoned up, backpedals. Biver rotates in, brings the tag team. Mojo cuts him off from the front, but here comes Brax. Rolls in, drops down the arena and says, let's do it. Takes it to Mojo. Mojo gets shoved back, but they're fine. He didn't even have to use Hand of God yet. And they're all here ready to party now. The Quincy crew taking it to this mid lane. Get a little bit of poking damage on the tier 1, but now
what Quincy crew is generally like pretty good at, like watching all their like games recently, is like they're very good at kind of like poking, and like you see there, like they got a reaction from Mars and the Shadow Demon, and immediately as soon as they see that, they use their spells, they just back off, and now they get a reaction. So that now sets them up for the next play that they want to make and where they want to like rotate, because they know that business doesn't have a TP to react. So they should probably just like all gather up around top, and this tier 1's gonna be free with this Shed now.
As they push out through that top lane and try to score a valuable tier 1 tower, Business Associates kind of scour through Quincy's jungle side, looking to possibly get a bit of detection down here from Fear and add their own pressure all the way down to the tier 2 now. There's been some free time for Moo to farm up a bit, but yeah, as we can see top lane, that tower is coming down fast.
He's actually really closing up on this Vessel though. He's just spamming, he's actually maxing out arrows. It's really interesting actually.
Oh, that's like a, I mean, you land that arrow, that's like a finger. Okay, another arena already out. Swift javelin into the wall, Hand of God, not going to be enough to save out Biver on this one. SVG lays out the Macropyre and the dual breath. Lots of damage onto 9, but he gets 2 Soul Siphons off to heal on up. Quinn eating a lot of damage, going to be forced to Ghost Walk the hell out of there. And here is all of Business Associates pulling out the briefcases, pulling out the dress shirts, and they're ready to take it right to this Tier 1, but another glyph.
Immediately just kind of back off, reset.
All right. I mean, it feels like a big rumble, but we only see kind of one casualty here, one casualty there. Not too much unable to follow up with an objective immediately. It's just kind of like you said, they get everyone together and they quickly try to spread and, you know, go for the next big objective, maybe elsewhere.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm getting messages like saying that I'm soft on stream. I don't know. If
You're soft? I can bump you up a little. I'll do that. Here you guys. Want to get Demon in your ear a bit more? There you go. All right, you should be good.
a couple people message me.
All right, damn. They're like, turn that guy down and turn you up. I got it. All right, guys. Don't worry.
You can turn me down, keep Dakota up. I'm mid lane here.
Yeah, Tornado EMP. They should finally get this Death Prophet down. Mojo flexing out a bit of the stun power with the creeps. But 9 survives on, walks out. And it's a bit of a swing and a miss there for Quincy to go for that precious DP.
Chaos kind of hit their Quincy crew kind of hit their timing right now. They just finished the mech on Chen. They hit a really strong point. He doesn't have his aura maxed out yet.
Yeah.
They really, both teams right now, they really want this tier 1 mid tower just because it kind of really opens up the map for both. Oh, move.
Tornado not going to be there.
Dodge. No, he had to cancel his TP for it. So. And they're making another fast play. They kind of showed bottom, and Business kind of identified that, and they're making a fast play towards top here to find this Naga. I don't know which one is real yet. Fear finds him right here.
Oh, Illusion. They don't know which is which yet. It's got to be one of these two, maybe. Still getting a bit awkward. They may have been spotted. War might held elsewhere, but Quincy's going to go ahead and pressure this tier 1 in the meantime. If they know already there's action going on elsewhere. Song from Yawar and a TP out will take him back towards the mid lane to possibly accompany the rest of his team if something was to break out. Are they going to be able to finish this tier 1? Do Business want to sweep in and go for the deny or at least the defense? Brax has got the arena. Spear catches Quinn. Shoves him back a bit, but no one's able to kind of get the jump off. No easy opportunity really presents itself for either squad, as Viver will deter to the outpost. He runs into Moo, and Moo just blows him up.
Nice kill there. Moo's really recovered his game.
Yeah.
He had a really rough laning stage, but his rotation towards bottom, taking the tower, and farming this whole enemy jungle for the past 6 minutes or so, has really got him back into the game.
Yeah, they had good vision in the jungle at the time, not anymore. It looks like it was denied to scout out that opportunity. And like you said, Lesh is on the comeback here. He's going to build up into the Kaya. As Quincy crew congregating back to this mid lane again. Not sure if they're trying to just get the finish onto that pesky tier 1. But it does look like they will smoke and draw out a plan to head up north through Business Associates turf.
And Brax right now, he really wants to finish because they don't really have a sort of strong initiation right now. They didn't even have a Yules. Their only real initiation is either Mars running up, Moonlight Shadow, or an arrow, right? I mean, you have Shadow Demon Disruption, but you don't really want this guy to just run up and just disrupt someone, especially when he doesn't have Aether Lens. So, I mean, they're kind of running around it. That's why they probably feel awkward right now. Because they kind of missed their timing. They're going to surround this mid tier 1 though with 5 heroes here.
Yeah, we might see Quincy try to make an approach from behind as they make the return from their own smoke movement. It seems they're peeling off from each other. They're going to leave Yawar way up north to farm out through that wave.
The blink is finished now. They should look into smoking and getting an important kill. They essentially just really want to kill either a Chen, Invoker, or kind of Naga, and take something out of it. There's the siege bottom as well. They can start pressuring. I have a decision because Chaos is giving a decision to run into Fog right now. They're running.
Ooh, see, they run into the high ground. Could be a bit scary. There's Biver. They jump in. Nice catch from Brax with that blink. It's a little Biver kill for their smoke, dagger debut. It's expected. They meet their quota. It's not a huge purse, but it's something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They kind of defended this tier 1, but look how much damage it took. There's another fight that's maybe happening here.
Yeah, they are moving forward here on the business side, but not feeling quite comfortable. Mojo sending out all the troops here.
They know Leshak is stuck on top. Well, he's stuck on top laner now because he used TP there. So Quincy should look into a fight here.
All right,
Out
but
and
Quincy
open.
are getting hit. Arrow, woo! Quinn almost too slow. Couldn't quite make it away, but he's fine.
Yeah, that smoke that they did use in killing the Tuskar, that was their last smoke for probably the next like 3 to 4 minutes because you only get 2 smokes now, and that was their second one. So it's like pretty unfortunate. And that smoke, they got nothing out of it, and that's like pretty unfortunate from them.
Yeah, nothing really of value for sure. But they'll just
Excited to
delegate
go.
farm on the side. Quincy's still kind of all congregated together here. They've been on a mission, what feels like for the past couple of minutes, but haven't really jumped onto too much yet. Now they're making the call. TP's to the top lane. Quinn leading out the front. Fear throws him into the bubble and tries to run out. Oh, I see a courier. See where it's going. And it looks like they may not get either. Oh, courier trying to hide in the trees. Oh, courier dead. MSS takes
How
that
did
one.
you see that?
I don't know. One of those creeps has some good vision, I guess.
Yeah.
But they take it down. All right. It's a cute little snipe, but a rotation from Quincy that slips through their fingers. Brack's able to spot out the top DD rune. He'll pocket that one for himself.
Yoar finishes off his Manta now as well.
Yep. The old classic 0-0-0 Naga game. And she has been farming and avoiding trouble as much as possible.
The biggest plus side from this right now is from on business side is like their supports have a lot more. Okay, Roshan here.
They're taking it so fast with that tag team help. But as you can see, business are right outside the front door. They throw the spear inside, but can't really get there to offer any sort of defense.
Yeah, they're kind of afraid if they go in that they're not going to have enough damage because the moment that they don't want, like the moment Mojo kind of finishes his pipe, business is going to lack an insane amount of damage. Because you know Chen kind of nullifies everything that they want to do and to burst anyone since they don't have a direct. I mean they do have a save with the Tuskar Snowball, but you know it's really hard to burst someone down if Chen's not in it. You know he with his mech and his hand of guard, and he's really close to finishing off his pipe as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Once that pipe comes online, they have that utility. The business associates damage output, not tomato. The business associates damage output is just not going to be as good. And I'm curious what their next plan is going to be. Like, what brings forth the extra damage after that? Is it Death Prophet just kind of swelling up and finishing out an Agnum Scepter? Is it Lesh? It feels like all of this is going to be mitigated from the Quincy side.
Definitely. I think Mars just needs some more. I mean, he's not really farming because I mean, Lesh and DP are kind of shoving in all the lanes right now, which is good. I think he should give the Nether Shawl to the Leshak though for all the extra magic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, take advantage of all your
Top
magic
lane
damage
here.
potential while you can. Uh-oh, they spotted out the Goat Man Moo. Easy roll in, easy finish. We saw the Moonlight Shadow come out, but going to be a bit too late, as now they could cross paths with Fear. Fear hits out the Purge onto MSS, keeps him back a bit. No strike of the arrow, and business associates quickly hightail it out of the jungle and out to greener pastures. But there's a chase. Quinn's pretty fast. Well, heads through
Brad
that
strong
mid
the
lane.
line in their own jungle, saying this is probably all warded. Let's not play here anymore. It's pretty sketch. Just standing around in all their vision.
Yeah, now they got to
So
run
it's-
to the other half of the map, but obviously Quincy crew are going to know where they are at, and they could play that to their advantage, whether they own most of the real estate or make an approach. Ooh. Catch on the Biver, but it's just to slow them down. But it's obvious that Quincy are in a position where they feel super confident, and they're trying to take the fight to business associates here. Business associates trying to dodge them while they have that Aegis, while they have this kind of power curve.
Yeah, I mean they had a decision. They knew they're actually setting up right now with the 3 heroes and showing 2 heroes to shove in mid. They're not letting Quinn's just camping this DP. He's trying to cancel his DP here.
There's the TP. Does he just throw the tornado? Does he even catch anybody? No, he doesn't. He's just going to run on back.
He got scared. I was surprised. I thought Quinn would actually go for it there. And force some spells out of DP. You know, maybe DP would be forced to use his exorcism there.
All right,
Smoke coming out from Quincy.
Where are they going to go with this? They know that a couple of TPs were used, but they're kind of just going right at them. Noir has the song. I don't think they have enough of a setup to use it offensively, but they'll have it as a bailout if something was to go south here. But here it is. They comb through Business Associates side. They're not going to find anybody.
Every time Moose is like throwing out an arrow, he's kind of hoping that it's the helm creep for the 200 gold rather than like the 40, 50 gold that he's getting.
Yeah. Yeah, he has
So they're just kind of waiting out their Aegis. This like purpose of this Aegis, it's like not to high ground, but to have full control of the map, and just to continue accelerating his net worth. Because this key timing is like, because they can still kill this Naga, but the moment that he finishes his heart, I think Business is gonna really have a big problem like dealing with them. And they should really look into like pressuring the moment that this Aegis kind of runs out, assuming that they do have the timer.
Oh man, SVG
They find
so
out 9 here.
fast. Yeah.
They scanned him out. Oh.
Nice path. That will be her icy tomb, it looks like, stopping her from TPing out the Yules. But I don't know. Soul Siphon, Snowball. No one is close to help you, my lady.
He thought about he was gonna do another siphon, but he tried to use exorcism and stopped. He thought about it, but he's like, no one's here, and
Yeah.
I'm completely surrounded. If it was only those 2 or 3 people, I think he would have done the play. But... All right.
Fortunately, can't go full anime when you don't have your buddies nearby. And so much from the Quincy side, as they will also score tier 1 bottom. So they're just getting richer and richer here. It's only Yawar still sitting at the top for Quincy crew in the net worth. MSS actually holds a higher net worth position than where even Quinn's at on his Invoker.
Yeah. And Pipe is now finished on Chen. At the same time, Aegis will be falling out as well. So it's a little bit more of a protection for him.
Pipe, they raised the mana cost, right? It's a lot of heavy mana usage here for MSS. I hope he calculates his mana appropriately.
I don't think he has enough, does he? Unless he has full mana.
Yeah. You know,
I mean, he does have the
Panda God and Pipe and Mech and whatever else.
People's Gift doesn't do anything for him aside from the stream.
Oh, pops his own Mech.
Doing the math here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
675.
Oh,
Yeah,
Moonlight
675 with just ulti, pipe, and mech. He has enough.
All right. That's the essentials. All right, aggressive maneuvers from Business. What can they catch with it? Moonlight Shadow, Arrow. They're just going to wipe out the whole Ogre Sesame Street that MSS has got corralled over here. All right, nice Arrow. Shoved back on SVG. They blast down Jakiro and eliminate the support. EMP does find connection. Nine's going to be a little low on mana, but Yawar says, here I come. Sings the mighty song. They pop the pipe, lay down an ice wall, and jump right onto Moo. Moo, though, gets the Yules off. Snowball on in. Brax laying down the arena. They shove back into the wall. Pretty good Starfall there. A lot of damage on the Viper. Viper going to be finished off. Yawar super low. Oh, God, the Hand of God and Mech and the company not going to be good enough. And they lose their precious Naga, and they have to run. They didn't quite have enough to even deal with the onslaught of damage that Business were able to just burst out.
Yeah, I was about to just say, they didn't have any control for this Naga sleep because of Jakiro bought back, and there's no tower for him to TP into, so they should have just like disengaged there, and just that was nice from Business. You know, they identified that this Aegis ran out, that we need to make a play because we can't just play this passive game because Naga will carry the game if so.
Yeah, Mojo also didn't have the mechanism for that. He used it in the bottom lane, I think, to heal up his creeps. They ended up chasing him, killing his creeps anyways, and then he didn't have the mech for that fight, that breakout, unfortunately. Don't know if it could have been the difference or not to bail out Yawar from that trouble, but it's a great move and a great stride for Business to keep their head up. In this one, top lane move, up in arms with Viver. Viver has to sidestep now, eating a lot of Edict damage, but here comes Yawar and Quinn to help spread out said damage, and netting him down, and right-clicking him. It looks like Moo obviously has accepted his fate. The rest of his team quick to push out the mid and bottom lanes, respectively, to keep pressure as much as possible on Quincy's side.
Going on Brax here, bottom.
And he's got the Spirit Vessel. Keeping him close enough so that the Aura's effect is going to be there, but Quinn himself eats an arrow, and that with all the creeps ganging up on him is enough to force him back.
Dang, unfortunate Brax had spells on cooldown there. Otherwise, Quinn would have definitely been
He's
dead.
coming forward like he wanted to chuck a spear and possibly maybe blink bulwark, but Quinn
he had like
backpedals.
3-second cooldown on it when the arrow hit. So I mean, I kind of like this build from Yawar. He's opting for the Scotty over the Heart.
Oh yeah.
I think it's for the DP, for all the heals that he has.
This will be my first time seeing the new Scotty come into play, so I'm excited.
Yawar is an item hogger here. He's holding 3 items.
Bro, Paladin Sword, Mindbreaker, come on. You gonna use all that? Next attack, Silence, healing, amplifying the heal. I mean, that goes to Chen, right?
A couple patches ago, that would have been really nice. You know, you get to hold all these items.
Yeah, I know. That's what we were talking about yesterday. We saw a Lone Druid, and we're like, yeah, remember when he could just take all the items for himself and have his bear be the real items? That was fair. Here comes business. They got another Moonlight Shadow. They're hoping to make another good approach here. Brax still gets hit with the early Vessel. Can't quite blink in. Just walks in, drops the arena. Eating way too much damage with the Vessel, with the Macropyre. He's got to turn and run down the river to try to make it away. Leaving the team behind for 9 to kind of double down and look to take it to Yawar. Yawar getting ganged up on between him and Moo. It's again going to be way too much damage, way too much power. And they can't quite bail him out. Even with the pipe, even with the Hand of God and the heal, it's not going to be enough. Chase continues. They get iced up. Dual Soul Siphon arrow is going to get sidestepped, but MSS stunned up, rocked out. Triple kill for 9. 9, a hell of a game on this DP. From the laning phase to now, keeps surviving, keeps fighting.
That was beautiful by business there. It was absolutely beautiful. The smoke and the play, the spell casting there. They don't have a glyph by Quincy here. Actually, it's up in 2 seconds, so I think they're gonna probably back off the moment this glyph is used.
Might not allow them to get a Rax. Let's see if the commitment's going to be there from Quincy to use the glyph or bait him in a bit more. Ice Path. Cold Snap. Disruption from Fear to try to bail out 9. 9, though. Stuck in a bit of a jam, and here comes Brax for round number 2. Drops the new arena, drops the bulwark, tries to shove it into Yawar. Biver going to drop. Quinn also going to drop. They may have to use all of their buybacks as they lose Yawar as well. All of their savings account now being depleted on the side of Quincy to just keep afloat and shove them back. Can they at least scrap together some more kills from this? They've only got the Death Prophet. They got to get Moo too. Moo going for the TP. Obviously going to get canceled. They will finish him off, but man, as the great Breaky CPK says, at what cost?
So Roshan is up now with the buybacks that they use. I think that should definitely be Quincy Crew's highest top priority right now. I like the I mean, I like the patience that they did there. They held off onto a glyph. You know, I think a lot of people would have been pressured to use the glyph the moment. Oh, they're actually using it now, the bottom lane.
Yeah, Brax pressuring in. They may be privy to the fact that Quincy have beelined it to the Roche pit to get that done. Obviously, nobody's coming to defend here. Okay, SVG's here, Yawar's here. And they're going to just leave the rest.
Paladin sword, right? Actually, Chen's holding the Paladin sword.
I was just going to say, they gave it to Chen for his healing amplification, I guess.
I think Quinn's gonna take the Aegis because he doesn't have buyback. Oh no, he's okay. He's giving it to Yawar.
Oh, that's right. They got MSS's recall ability, so.
Oh, there's a cheese too, and now he's finished up Solar Crest. This is what kind of really makes business like team fight a lot better. Like we mentioned at the beginning when the draft's kind of finished, is like they have a lot of disables, right? Mm-hmm. And like that's something that Chaos kind of lacks. But what they do have, they have really good. I think how they really need to win these fights is Naga needs to start off with a sleep and leading into like an ice pathing like 2 or 3 heroes, and for them to effectively get their spells off. Because they have, I think he's finished Shiva's. Oh no, what did he build? Oh, he built BKB. It's a lot better. He just finished BKB on Leshrac, so he's actually untouchable in these fights right now.
Yeah, we have a couple BKBs for them to flex. Even Brax going right to BKB on his Mars.
Wait, so my question is, does Scotty work when they're BKB'd, like the heal? The 35%
it worked before, right? The effect still was there even through BKB, right? The old just basic Scotty slow, right?
Yeah, but
so
yeah.
I think it would still work. I think they would not say, oh, now it doesn't work. My inkling would be it should still work as it did. It just gets all the extra bonuses with it now. But
it just sounds like a weird interaction because it's like completely new. But yeah. I'm gonna pay attention to that one.
Yeah, do let us know. I think from what I saw from other people breaking down the patch, with Scotty already working through BKB, they figured it should be the same. But like I mentioned, this is the first time I'm also seeing the new Scotty in game.
Yeah, because I know all the other effects do work, so yeah, it should work. That's just, but you never know, right?
Yeah, otherwise it'd be like the old nullifier or whatever. Nullifier at least gets the benefit of not being, dispelled now. That's a separate question to talk about if we'd be seeing more nullifier or not in the future, just because of that kind of change.
So Quincy kind of realizes like they're gonna get pushed right now, and I think Yawar is making the right decision by trying to force them back here on top lane. And they don't have a glyph on bottom, so they have. Business should definitely react to this, otherwise they're just gonna lose their racks for free.
Yeah, Business now torn between the decision of kind of going all in on bottom while there's going to be no cliff, or if they need to send some help back, and who they want to send back to make it happen.
They did have a glyph. They have to go soon, otherwise, yeah. Let's just TPing now. I think they're smoking. They see the moment that they see a smoke top,
they run right in and try to make something happen. But Brax is able to turn around onto Quinn, shoves him right to the wall, finishes him off. Oh my God, Brax just throws down Quinn and says, "Get the hell out of here." Now they're looking to jump onto Yawar. Yawar forced to dish out the song, but yeah, Quinn has no buyback. He's out of this for a minute. This is going to be Business's time. Can they go for closure? Can they put this meeting to bed? They got 9 out front, with the Exorcism in full force as they try to siege away onto this tier 3. What can Quincy crew do? SVG on that Jakiro, trying to utilize this choke point as much as possible, laying down the ice path. Had already committed the macro pyre as it's still on cooldown. 9 very low on mana here. Could be in a bit of trouble. Jumping uppercut. She's gone. And with that, Business decide that they might want to turn and run, but at that moment, Brax pops his BKB, starts shoving into Biver. Brax moving in. Hand of God comes out from Mojo. It's not going to be enough to save Biver. Too much damage, of course, with that Spirit Vessel from Moose. And, taking down that heal power, maybe having a bit of effect. Yawar in a bit of trouble. Bulwark back. Brax finished. Yawar so low, but still fighting on. Taking it to Fear. Fear going to be silenced. He also goes down.
Oh,
Vessel, and he gets the illusion off to take it away. This man was trying to die for the Aegis, but manages to live and fight on.
Well, I mean, it was just, you can just tell, like, how this communication is kind of going, Naga was trying to force someone back, and SVG is probably communicating, the moment someone shows up, we're going to smoke and take this fight. And, they immediately took the fight, and, unfortunately, Quinn just kind of, like, went balls deep there, and
yeah,
he kind of got bursted down. So he has a lot of heals, though. He had, like, the cheese, and he had a fairy fire, but he really needs his BKB to be able to take charge like that. Otherwise, I think he understands now that he can't do that anymore, that even though he has 2,000 HP, he can get bursted, like, instantly.
It just feels like their options are limited on who's going to get in there right away and get something started. I guess it feels like the pressure's on Quinn to run in, set up a good cold snap tornado, and get things rolling for the other part of the team to catch up. But yeah, as we saw, way too ham.
The reason why Quincy ended up coming out on top of that fight, despite that Invoker dying, was I think Moo kind of pushed top lane a little bit too far. The moment he saw Naga TP, he should have been connecting instantly, and now he knows he can fight 5v4. And instead, it's even though Invoker was dead and they felt like it was a 5v4, in reality they took a 4v4 fight in Quincy's favor because they had an Aegis still on the Naga. And Aegis did just run out now.
Yep. I gotta give some credit, SVG or Jakiro, able to do so much work on those kind of high ground defenses as well. He had second highest hero damage next to Yawar in that fight. Just able to drop so much. Quinn, though, surrounded top lane. He was not prepared for them to, I think they were smoked up. Or just moonlight shadowed, actually. Surrounded him and took him out. And he still doesn't have a buyback. So it's a minute of no Invoker.
It's Quinn's warm-up game.
Yeah, definitely not the best showing of Quinn. Obviously had a difficult time going against 9 in the laning phase and caught off a couple of times in this one.
I felt like he's died much more, but he only has 4 deaths, but it's probably because he's been dying more in the mid and late game, so the spawn timers are so long.
Yeah. Oh man, Moo pops out from the trees, and everybody was waiting for him. A surprise party. He does pop the BKB, tries to go for a stun, but slowed down. Runs out from the corner. Ice Path doesn't quite catch him. Jump in from Brax. I got you, Mr. President. Throws Yawar against the tree. They still end up getting a hold of Moo and finishing him off, but now the commitment from business. Brax also buying in with his BKB. Now drops the arena to separate Fear. Yawar counters with the song.
Oh, nice Ice Path here.
And they're looking to line up. A nice Ice Path, but good blink out from Brax. Shoves it back over, hits out the bulwark, and pushes Biver out. They do manage to finish off 9, and Brax is going to try to hightail it out of there. Not going to be able to make it away. And it's another fight for Quincy, where they don't really need Quinn. So, what's that say?
Well, I thought I can tip too, but that's kind of cancerous, huh?
No, that was, a great call to make. It was the timing was a bit off. If Moo was able to survive just a bit longer as Brax was able to step in, maybe could have been a bit different, but...
Moo ran out of mana there. Like, Chen had to use all of his spells, but he was just very low on mana and, like, resources, honestly, and that's what kind of, like, it's unfortunate for them. Forcing some buybacks and Glyph here. Hex actually finished up the Naga, too. His farm.
Buybacks all coming out now as 9 also committing his. Brax gets jumped, shrapneled in, or sharded in, and that's the end of it. He's going to be gone, 90 seconds. No buyback for him. Yawar in a bit deep here. Now getting targeted. Hand to God. I don't think it's good enough. And obviously without the song available, he'll just go down, handing over a 5 times kill streak. SVG going to be next. And business do hold the line. They spend a couple of buybacks to do so, but get the Naga.
It's actually really big. Naga doesn't have buyback, but the only negative thing is because the how Invoker was dying every time he has died is through the arena, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't have this initiation anymore. So I doubt that Quinn will get picked off again, and he does have buyback in case he does. It's insurance. But they definitely should look into making a play here without this like key hero, which is Naga. Quinn, actually. They found him.
Wow, they have the ward on the high ground, and so they use that vision with the disruption, with the stun, the burst. He gobbles down the cheese. Ghost walks, runs out the other side, and that will be that. Thank goodness for the Gouda.
10 seconds away from Shadow Demon. I mean, that's a long time, but if he had his demonic purge, he definitely would have died there.
Well, they're trying to hang around because I guess Roche is up now. Could be a priority for other teams.
Who benefits out of this Aghanims? Shadow Demon, actually.
Yeah, 3 charges. Uh-oh, trouble afoot. Piver moves in onto Fear, blows him up, but it could cost Piver's life as Moo moves in and blasts him down. So tit for tat. And Marana already has hers. Mars.
DD top lane, too. That's kind of scary. If Naga's able to pick that up. But I think Moo kind of sees it.
Oh, I didn't even know Mars had an Aghanim. Decreases cooldown of God's Rebuke. I don't know if I've even seen that before.
Yeah, it used to be when you use Arena Blood or something, God's Rebuke was like 1.5 second cooldown. But now they just had a overall cooldown to 3.5.
Interesting.
Naga finished. So they actually have they have ways to actually deal with, I didn't notice how much farm this Marana or Moose has. It's an Aghanim. Does a lot of damage to 12k net worth.
Yeah, Marana is farmed. She has been pretty proactive in these fights and obviously arrowing down as many creeps, whether they belong to Quincy crew or not.
Roshan might
jump
die.
in.
Oh,
it's a song though, and a nice convenient block of that arrow means that Quincy will secure the precious Aegis and run out of there.
Oh my god, that is like the saddest thing I saw. Like, if Brax was able to click his BKB before jumping in there, that whole thing would have changed. He would have been able. Brax has really fast fingers, and I don't know. It would have been close. He would have been maybe to spear one out and just pick up all the items, but it's unfortunate. It's big timing though. It's their third Aegis now on Yawar. I think Invoker picked up that. Oh, Invoker Ags is kind of scary too.
Oh yeah. And his net worth fires right up to second below Naga because of that Agnum's pickup too.
Oh wow, Moo just picked up like the best item. Oh, Business has picked up the best items. He got the Witless Shaco and the Spell Prism on DP. These are beast items on these heroes.
Wow, 4K health now for Moo. With
Closing up and finishing up his Shivas, and on top of that, as 25 is very, very big. So it's going to be able to dish out so much damage. I think in the team fights as well, like I think Fear's priority, if he can, is if he can disrupt Naga and get his illusions to focus on like these supports, it dishes out much more damage than being able to save because his cores are very tanky already.
Oh,
and,
wow.
You know, assuming they're not out of position, you know, it's going to help out a lot in the team fight.
Plus, they get the Scotty. If they get Naga, they get her Scotty, right?
Do they? No, it doesn't work on illusions. It's only the main hero.
Damn.
That would have been broken, actually.
I mean, it works with like AC like that, right, and all that stuff.
Yeah, AC. It's I don't know how to explain it entirely, but it's just it's an aura. It's more of an aura. That's an aura rather than just like a direct buff.
Maybe Ice Frog didn't consider that, and it might secretly still work on illusions. It's a current bug, you know, a feature, if you will. No, that's a good heads up. I would not have known that. But Naga obviously still a very great target for the disruption and what she's able to bring and harass backliners.
Well, bottom lane, it's
not being defended. They see Quinn come in now as they were pressuring the mid lane.
They have Chen to recalls. Oh, another Spell Prism picked up for Chen. Ooh. Who's going to get it? Recalling the Invoker now.
Oh, I think I give it to SVG. He just dropped his Roach. Or
no, I should definitely give it to Invoker.
I don't know. He's picking up someone else's item, I guess, then. Quinn is eyeballing mid lane a bit. Quincy around the corner. Don't know if they want to really cross the lane, though.
They're on different paths here. They should connect towards their DP and not stand on this high ground when DP is like showing top right now.
Yeah, she shows herself briefly. Is that going to be the cue for Quincy? No, they still hanging around this mid lane. They lost Quinn themselves, so Quinn went to address the top lane. Still looking to defend that tier 1.
Yeah, Quincy's doing a good job by making sure this bottom lane creep wave is cut, so it doesn't pressure into their racks anymore because it's like a exposed racks. Oh, 6 more minutes for late game, right? Or no, 15 more minutes for the tier 5 items.
Yeah, the 1 hour mark when we get the real juicy
Oh,
stuff.
they see Quinn.
Oh, he runs right under the sentry into a disruption, into an arrow. And I guess that means it's time to fight for Quincy. When they lose Quinn, what are they going to do? Song TP out. And like you said, he has no buyback because he committed.
The thing is, business doesn't know that. They probably, I don't know if they clicked on him, but they should have, that he just finished his BKB. This is their timing, but they will be playing like the push pretty cautiously, just in case. Oh, Fear. Connect with their team now. He saw that the illusions. He should go towards his team. At least it's like the idea behind this now. It's like to potentially force a buyback, or otherwise he might not have it. It's one or the other.
Quincy,
45-minute bounty runes came out.
Gotta do it with without their Invoker here, without their Song for 30 seconds. They got that Jakiro. He lays out the early Ice Path, still holds the Macro Pyre. Exorcism is going to be committed from 9 as they begin to scratch away at the racks. So they're not scratching away. Moo is blowing them up. Blast down the first racks.
25.
Hustles in for the next one. Are they going to just take this and run and grab bounties and be good? Imagine so.
Yeah, they're kind of scared because they still do have an Aegis. Aegis should be running out soon, actually, right?
I would think so. It feels like it's been a hot minute. I don't know why we as spectators can't see the timer left on the Aegis. Like, why can't you just let us see it?
You can just scroll over. Or no, actually, it doesn't work like that, right?
No.
Yeah, you actually can. It does work like that. So if you scroll over like the Roshan, if it says like it goes down to 3 minutes, then that's when it depends because it's when they pick it up. So it's around that time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like 3 seconds off. But
call me lazy. I just want a timer that I can highlight like the Roche one. Here we go. Jump in. We'll keep my grievances aside as they make the jump in from Moo. Hard shots here. Macropie delayed. Giant Sunstrike. But they can't finish them off yet. They flex their BKBs and they toss it out within the arena. They shove Yuar back. The hand of God not going to be enough. The Naga does fall. Has a buyback. Does use it. MSS getting chased out. Getting siphoned up. And 9 on the tear. Takes Mojo out. He will not have a buyback. Fuels from Moo. They just don't have the finish. They don't have the firepower to get it done. They survive and they hold. Brax able to finish out Biver now. Quinn moving in.
They're able to reset and get out. It's so good for them right now for business.
He was trying to song for it, but
It's so great. They got a Naga buyback, and they're able to reset after this fight. And on top of all of that, they won the fight without DP with the exorcism. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
They
pretty
killed this
crazy.
Naga once more
Not
in the
even
game.
under their own tower, not inside their own base.
Mm-hmm.
Just wild.
And again, yours is holding all the items too.
Yeah, what is the magic last item? He's got queued up the BKB, but he still seems like squishy in a sense. I mean, credit to Business Associates and how much firepower they're able to dish out. It still feels like it's an overwhelming amount of magic than anything else. But, you know, even with the pipe, even with all the heal power from Mojo, it's just not enough.
This is the smoke play that they're looking for right now. They're trying to end the game. They know that Naga doesn't have buyback. They have all of their spells. Moo has buyback and bots that's going to be available for him as well. So they are looking just to straight up end here and taking this commending team fight.
Yep. We'll see if they can do it. Their approach comes from both fronts, mid and mostly bottom now. Exorcism committed. Tornado, Ice Wall, Arrow. They do manage to sidestep it. Ice Path. Quincy trying to chuck all little spells they can, but the siege power from Business just too good. They clean out Rax. Jump in from Viver. Can they take out the first life of Moo? Jump in from Brax, though, from the back line. Drops the arena. He gets hexed up, though, immediately and take it out. Beautiful sight to take out the Brax. And now it could be Quincy's time. They move in the BKB. They got the song. They lock them on their spot. But a Moonlight Shadow, do they have detection there? Enough to at least take out Fear. BKB popped. Moo fighting it back. Looking to take it to SVG. Moose goes in. Moose stuck in. He's got to force to the low ground to make it out. But he's very low. Jump in. Self-fuels to avoid the uppercut. But, oh, he blinks away. He's still living. He goes for the TP. But Moo not going to be as fortunate. He's finished off as a triple kill for Yawar. Moose does make it away. But Quincy able to push it in. Man, Brax jumps in, sets up the arena, but he gets, again, no BKB, I imagine.
Yeah,
he got hexed up right away.
He should have used it before jumping in. Unfortunate, but he did expend a buyback there. Didn't really get much out of it. Now Quincy is like on the move to like force some more buybacks out of this team to reset and then play for Roshan. Unless they're able to kill the heroes that did buyback and win the game.
Now look at the buybacks here. Obviously none on Yawar. Not enough money on Marana at the moment for the buyback. And then obviously Brax already committing his. We'll need to be careful.
Yeah, I guess they're kind of scared to like force this too much because if Naga's just a little bit out of position, he dies. Like Business just wins the game as well.
This kind of game, it just seems like it's on a different level than what we've seen from the past couple of days for the group stage.
It's playoffs, baby.
Yeah, I know. Very serious. You know, here we are, 50 minutes. I can't even really count too many 50-minute plus games that I've had at the Pro Series already. A lot of them being, I feel like the average has been like 25 minutes, 20-minute games.
It makes up for all those fast days that we had.
Yep.
I'm happy for this game.
Me too. Very intense, very strategic Dota here.
Oh man, if 9 actually finishes off his Octarine too, that's what is that? 55% cooldown?
Oh yeah, with the spell prism. That's like
no, it's 25.
every
I thought it was
fight.
25. Yeah, it's 50% cooldown.
I mean, still, like, it's around a minute cooldown. Like, you'll have it like every fight.
Oh, Chaos is just like waiting for this Roche, but it's actually a max spawn because you can see the timer. It's like, it's the full 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, a minute left.
I'd say it's kind of a free Roche because they can use sleep, but if Business understands that they're doing it for sure, they can BKB and like kind of like take it from them. They do have a smoke. This is the last
they're
smoke
gonna go for it. Okay. Brax gotta get that BKB off. He holds the gem this time, so if he goes
This is
down,
actually the game deciding team fight here. This team fight will decide the game.
hold on to your pants, Demon. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, come on, guys. Let's see if Business. Obviously, Quincy a bit nervous here. You know, they don't see anyone defending the top lane.
Can you see my line?
Yeah, that little line. on the
that's what they
minimap.
wanted to do, but the tower in the tier 1 is like still there, unfortunately. You can see where they were running, and they feel really awkward now because they can't just run high ground into them. And they want to play around their high ground ward, which is like you can see it's on this side.
They have another. Do they have another smoke available?
No, that's oh they do actually. Whoa,
I see a smoke.
round
in the
2.
top. Let's go. The fake smoke.
Go fear.
But they gotta go. Already Quincy in the pit. Quincy
go.
making good timing, and there's no chance. They take the roach too damn fast. They're gonna have to battle against the Aegis. They're gonna have to battle against the Cheese and Refresher.
They should still take this fight, I think.
Do you think they're gonna take the fight? Okay, maybe there'll be a scramble for items. Ooh, what are they gonna do?
They actually pick those items up so quick. No, they want a favorable team fight. They're looking for high ground.
Don't even feel like I have time to check who picked up what yet. Refresher is on Quincy. Oh, the spear, swing and a miss. Quinn is able to get off his BKB. He is trying to run out. That purge, though, slows him down so much, and the rest of the team pounce. They get a nice macro pyre laid down, and Brax has to fight within it in his own arena. The rest of business, isolate Biver on the back lines and quickly finish him off. Yawar looking to get off the song, goes for the BKB, TP out. They do not like this. They back away. It doesn't. It costs them a couple BKBs.
Cost them some ultis, cost the song.
Yeah,
I mean,
still hold the Aegis.
At least they get a kill out of it. Quincy feels a little pressured because of it, because they are a man down.
Well, they gave the Agnums to MSS so he can get some ancient creeps.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're kind of split right now from
Radiant
business here.
structures are fortified.
Now it's going to be a bit awkward for business, knowing that the Aegis is on Quincy's side here.
I did say whoever won that last fight will win the game, but no, there wasn't really a fight. Because one person died, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and even if that fight kind of developed, I'm not too sure. I thought Quincy set themselves up in a good position with high ground, with that like choke point setup, arena being already committed, but you know they do not want to risk the biscuit.
I don't know how they're gonna kill Moo now. He's actually gonna have, because he has been running out of mana in these team fights because Naga's been hitting him on top. But now with him finishing Octarine,
Oh my god, he's
gonna
got so
have
much life.
ah,
He's gonna be like 5K.
lifesteal now too.
Dang.
That's why I don't see him. Oh, he's going for bots first, actually.
All right. I mean, they have that Scotty. Helps a bit, I imagine, with the old Octarine lifesteal factor, but okay, arrows out. They are right next to each other here, but they don't have full vision. That's a decent block of the shards, but can't entrap Moose yet. Yawar goes for the ensnare. BKB jumping from Brax on the back lines. Now pops his own BKB, commits the arena. Him and 9 go to work inside the pit. Yawar from the outside, dishing off the song, but they have to wait for the BKB to expire. Now it does. Now they drop the meatball. Brax to the low ground to make it out. Quinn dishes out the full disarm blast. They put their focus on the Brax. Can't finish him off too easily here. While SDG is up in arms with 9. 9 looking to soul siphon the dragon down. Biver jump in. Hand of God comes out. They heal him out. And 9 could be in trouble. Yawar is just squaring off with the back lines. Moo's trying to deal with it. Moo alone himself, able to trudge forward, get the finish on SVG. Yawar isolates, goes in for 9, gets the job done. DP is out for 2 minutes, does have a buyback. We hear buybacks coming out from Fear now as we see Quincy regrouping and backing.
The Scotty made the biggest difference there for DP in the end because of how much he didn't heal from the Spear Siphon. On top of that, when he was getting back his Exorcism, all the ghosts, he wasn't healing for anything. He should have been full HP instantly, but instead, nothing happened. This Scotty's actually owning.
They don't have a vessel also, right? No, they do. Yeah, the Spear Vessel's there. So Spear Vessel plus Scotty. It's insane. And we're seeing a bit of the effect here as now they're moving in with the tier 3 already down. The Rax is exposed. They fight out on the front doorstep here, looking to take the move. They managed to blast him down. He will have to buy back if he wants to give it another go. Yawar with the song. Looks like they want to try to surround and finish off 9.
Fear can't save him. I got BKB off.
BKB's off.
Big if they can kill Naga here, he got the disruption.
Disruption, they catch her out front. Soul Siphon, silence. And she goes down. Buy back out. MSS could be in trouble. He manages to get the force to the high ground, but they're chasing. He pops the Greaves, but How much can they really do? SPG with a nice ice path. Yawar shows up and says, let's get back at him. We can close this one out. He gets hit with the early disruption. Quinn pops his BKB, looks to take it back at him. And they're trying to focus 9 as Moose jumps in. They bullied everything else, but Yawar goes down and he's dead. That's a dieback for Yawar. Committing way too hard and way too deep. Business turned it back onto Quinn. Quinn siphoned up. A new arena going to be dropped, and I think Business may have just taken the W on this fight with that. As they muscle down the rest of them, SVG stuck inside. A Hand of God is cute, but seems to only be delaying the inevitable here. MSS will fall, and they're buying back everybody that they can. But as you can see, Naga and Invoker have no buyback available.
They're in a rush for this bounty rune. They need it for Quinn to have buyback. I think he just pinged it out right now. Chen's going to go for it.
107. 107 gold.
Yeah, he needs the...
Go, MSS. Wow. Get that bounty. He drums
He's
for
drumming
it.
For
get
it.
Get it. Please. Dude, grab the bounty. Okay. Thank you. Now Quinn can buy back.
That's actually so big.
Watch it be the reason.
Unfortunately, Leshrac did die there. I think it just would have been a win for Associates here, but that bounty rune and potential buyback from Invokers, yeah, very game changing there. DP does now have ulti. Damn, this cooldown is actually insane. It's 87-second cooldown. They actually don't get anything out of it, unfortunately. They just feel kind of pressured.
We get to the last neutral items, though, with it. The delays that came a bit longer, and some of those items are so insane. Could change things a bit for either side. Right now, it's Business in a better position to quickly farm them up.
I think Fear probably should have, instead of this Force Staff, because he's kind of looking for another... I guess it's kind of good on Shadow Dame because he has all the cast range, because ever since the nerf, Force Staff and these Glimmers are like, what, 300, 450 range? It doesn't feel that good anymore. And but he has Aetherlands and a cast range talent. I would say Ags is like very nice because if you ever get the real Naga once, he'll dish out a lot less damage. On top of that, you'll always know which one the real one is, and you can just use all three of it on him and he'll die. On top of his Soul Catcher. So Business has all the wards out right now. They kind of want to control the game. I think both teams right now are anticipating Roshan. They feel pressured on both sides because on the bright side, like Quinn, he does have buyback and he's gonna be saving up for it. But Naga knows he can die if he's just a little bit out of position in these fights. But both teams, what's the buyback situation? No one in this game has buyback right now.
You're right. Nobody does. Closest, I mean, Quinn, I guess, still does.
He's close, yeah.
But yeah, intense.
And they're looking for just any key pickoffs to reset the fights, to fight in a favorable advantage.
All right, it's gonna be 1 hour neutrals. Business in position. What do we got? Force Boots, first one to drop. Dispels the user. Oh, that's nice. Pushes them like a Force Boot. I see. And the Apex. Primary tribute by 75.
They're just camping. I mean, Business, I think, is playing kind of strategically smart right now. They're just camping all of their high grounds and where their wards are at. But it changes the dynamic a little bit when it's kind of like daytime because, you have your daytime vision now. So they're just camping high grounds. But playing around vision, high ground vision on nighttime is like a lot different. They're abusing right now. Business is constantly trying to shove this bottom lane in, and in the bright side, Quincy has an illusion hero that can deal with this very safely. But they want to constantly shove this bottom lane to show someone is there. Otherwise, this creep is just going to reveal hey, they're not in their base, they're doing something on the map. But you see how this bottom lane is constantly being shoved in. They're like, hey, this Chen and Jakiro's showing right now, so they know where they're at the map. And if Quincy ever tries to take I guess Roshan, they might. I don't know if they're going to try a throne because they do have the glyph. And right now, Quincy is also playing around their vision. I think this is their ward, right? Where they're standing? Yeah, it's their ward.
The X Machina resets item cooldowns. That seems pretty big. And Pirate Hat on Mirana for the attack speed now.
The item cooldown is who's gonna...
They're giving it to Brax.
Apex on Naga.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
the 75 primary attribute.
Agility
46
right there.
base armor. Ooh, what? Damn.
Oh, 9 got the Woodland Striders.
Yeah.
Wait, does he even need? He doesn't even need that though. Oh,
Move
60 HP
speed.
regen is nice.
Yeah. Those trees, though, am I right? Look at those. Woo! Block out Roche.
And
No
he
one
can sell
going
his
in.
phase boots now too. I don't think they stack.
An easy shot.
Oh, fun.
This machinima is really nice for BKB heroes such as Mars.
Yeah.
And he can blink BKB twice now.
Yeah, just instant. Costs 100 mana, but he has plenty of mana to work
Alright,
with.
going back to this again. Whoever wins this next fight is gonna win the game.
Yeah, we've heard it all before.
Well, no team fight happened last time. It was just a pick-off.
They need more of these super neutral items on Quincy's side. It looks like they've not been blessed with as many. I'm still seeing Craggy Coat out there.
Fierce Force Boots. He should sell his Tranquils though.
Yeah, right.
Dispels the user and pushes them 600 units in the direction they're facing. It's another Force Staff.
The spell also makes it pretty nice.
Yeah. Dispel for Vessel, Cold Snap, Ensnare. It's pretty good actually.
Yeah, we don't get to see
That
these
might-
too
no,
often.
he should give that to DP. Screw this regen. You need the Dispel because of the Naga and the Vessel,
Yeah,
right?
Scotty and Vessel. That'd be nice to kind of dispel off of.
Mirror
Mirror Shield.
Mirror
though.
Shield.
Yeah.
I don't know what that does. I forgot.
It's reflects, right?
Oh yeah, it's like Lincoln's every 5
Yeah.
seconds. Oh, the rushing. Oh, look how fast it melts.
Oh, and they end up giving they got a Machina on the side of Quincy, and they gave it to
They don't have
Invoker.
item slots.
Fallen to the radiant.
He grabs it. He grabs the Agnums on Quinn, even though he already has one. But they're frantic to make it out from the pit. The jump in is going to be there from Yawar. He uses the
we'll play back
Machina
Quinn.
item, but he already used his BKB. All right, very chaotic right there.
No, this Machinima is actually broken. It's actually way too short of a cooldown, man.
Oh my
45
god,
seconds.
45 is actually, that's every fight. We'll have it
That
ready
was
every
good.
fight.
Yeah, I thought he used a refresher orb for that, but either way, I think he made it was good. It was some fast fingers by him. His BKB was down, and otherwise he would have died to the arena there. That's the 5th Roshan by Chaos as well, or Quincy crew. I get confused when I see their name. with
I know,
Chaos.
everybody does. I don't blame you for it.
Thank you.
Mirror Shield, 20 attributes. They gave it to Mojo. Block and reflect most targeted spells back to their caster. I mean, that's a little different than a Lincoln's.
So business should definitely be aware and be a little wary of this Jakiro. He does have Aghanims, and it does pierce through BKB
Yeah.
now, his Macro Fire, and
Yeah.
it does a lot of damage.
And it lasts a long time, too, right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. If they take a fight at Roche Pit, he can just lay it right down on the welcome mat.
And on
And
top of that, he has the Refresher Orb, so he can double stack
oh
his
my
Ice Path.
god. Just fill the whole arena with fire. What are you going to do? That's fantastic high ground defense, too. This is going to be real tough for business
And
to
then
finish.
Naga also has Aghanims, so they are able to reset the fight.
Oh my god.
He will
yeah.
heal them 70% back of their HP.
Oh my god. Well, a little bit less. You got to remember the Spirit Vessel, if it's close enough. But yeah, absolutely. We don't get to see that one a whole lot. Must be late enough in the game. I'm curious how much the heal actually is.
Yeah, with the Spirit Vessel, it's a 20% reduction of that. Yeah, I'm not doing the math.
Yeah, that's all Dota seems to be these days, is figuring out the math on if you can
It's
calculate your
8%, right?
fights. Oh. Disruption, Tornado, Shard, Force with a Disruption.
I got it. I think it's about 56%.
Glad you took the extra time to figure it out.
Nothing's really going on. This Macro Pyre is so broken. Right now, Quincy crew doesn't even need to be top lane because this Macro Pyre is automatically going to defend the next wave, I believe. Unless I'm just an idiot. I might be an idiot.
It lasts a long time. Let's see if it lasts long enough for this creep wave.
It does. It lasts for 2 waves. It'll always pretty much be up.
Oh, it lasts longer than I do. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
It finished.
Never mind. It finished.
Oh, it's faster than me.
Short there,
Impressive.
Dakota.
Here we go. To the tower. Oh, Moog is forced forward. Into the arms
forced
of
back.
Yawar. Gets forced right back. Ooh, in and out they go. It's like Muhammad Ali here. They jab in and out. Wow, the
don't even know
whole
what
the
I'm
line for
saying.
this
Oh.
tier 2.
I mean, it's actually, I think in business situation with the items and levels, it's a lot better in their aspect because Shadow Demon does have 2 disruptions now, and it's all about his positioning. And they have a Tinker Ward on the left, which is really nice. They're trying to bait into the vision right now. Triple arrow. They have so much vision. Like both
Oh
teams
my
have a lot of.
God! Look at the range creeps that Mojo has. This is insane. Is that normal?
Oh yeah, he has the talent, right? Yeah.
It's like farming up all of the precious XP gold creeps for himself. And sends them down a different lane.
So right now, what Quincy is doing correct is they're shoving mid lane in, and bottom lane needs to be shoved in return rather than one lane, because they're defending one lane and pushing in another lane, and so business has to react towards mid soon. Otherwise, they're gonna get a free rack.
Yeah, because that range creep army's getting there with the wolf. That seems kind of crazy. Yeah. All right, pressure is going to be on. Forced again, in and out. Brax disrupted. Hit with the vessel.
There's a sleep. This is it.
Oh, as they go for the mid lane at the same time, and they're going to be taking out the racks. They want to square up under the song. Yawar moves in, tries to quickly burst down Moose. Moose bailed out with a disruption. Can he leap away? Yules down and gone. 2 minutes. We'll have to buy back if he wants to come in for round number 2. Arena going to be committed now from Brax, but that macro pyre right in the middle of it. You can BKB, but you're still going to be burning alive. Here comes the huge bomb from Quinn. Yules is there from Moo. I hear the chop of the cheese, but Moo is going to get finished off. He's down, does have a buyback. Next is going to be 9. 9 sweeps through. He's got the Exorcism and the Soul Siphon. Tries to take it to Yawar. Yawar, though, does end up dropping, and that's going to be the Aegis. Damn. 9. Hit with the vessel. Has to run out. It is so much. We look back at mid lane. Rax is obviously cleared.
Yeah, it's very awkward what they're doing. I think Quincy had the faster thinking of the heads-up play there. You know, shoving there like, hey, this is like a complete stalemate, and business has accepted the stalemate rather than thinking of the next move, which is like abusing this bottom lane. Like this tier 2 top does nothing for them. They were trying to bait them into this like Tinker Ward on the left here, and they weren't getting that fight, and they should have identified that, you know, because they've been lingering for the past like 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so. And like I mentioned, like Quincy crew, like Yawar actually was just the game-changing factor there. He pressured this mid tower using his illusions, and Chen sending his creeps, and they were able to get a Rax. And because of that, business felt pressured to do something right now, because it's like either we're gonna lose this Rax or lose our positioning on the map. And it's like when you give a chance for the opponents to start thinking about things and start to doubt, and that's when like questionable plays and questionable team fights just start to happen.
The game goes on here. It's not quite enough to go, obviously, for the dagger in the heart, but it scores them the first racks, and more time to score those next bit of upgrades. I see that Yawar has the nullifier. I'm not sure if he had it in that previous fight, but you know, the new nullifier not being dispelled is a pretty nice buff. I believe you can BKB and take away the slow, but that's about it.
This pirate hat is always like it's so funny.
Let me see. Marana's got it right.
It steals 300 gold when you. I mean, it can be a game-changing thing for like potential buybacks, but I believe you have to kill. No, I think it just sticks on them, right? It says passive. No, but it says when you kill an enemy though.
Yeah.
So.
Imagine if you get the last hit, you get a little bit more gold. You know,
yeah,
the Maelstrom would be pretty awesome, but
he ate the Aghanims.
And that is still the extra Starstorm, right? Yep.
So the bright side of this is what other items is PC? Machinima. He should sell his phase boots. So now, DP is gonna be level 30 now as well. Oh no, not yet. He sold his boots. All these like tier 5 items, they have like built-in like broken boots.
Yeah.
140 movement speed, and so they're actually able to get 6 slotted because of it.
That's true. That is a nice perk to the item that seems to only provide crazy move speed. You got to remember that. That means you score an item slot back for yourself.
Well, seven slotted if you have Aghanims on top of you too.
Oh yeah. 8 slotted with Moon Shard. Let's just keep going. Do you mind also moving your mic down just a hair? I think it's like under your nose, so we're hitting a little bit of your breathing a bit.
Wind tunnel.
Yeah, got you covered. As Quincy now flirting past the river a bit.
And both sides really want this level, like even this Leshrac, he wants his level 30 because that extra 50 Pulse Nova damage is a lot to take care of these illusions from this Naga.
Radiant's middle tower is under
We'll
attack.
send Quinn back to defend their tier 4. They've already lost 1.
I mean,
Oh, but they'll
there's a
see
fight.
that, and they jump in immediately, knowing that Quinn's not going to be at the fight. They get
That
to
was
jump
great.
onto
That was-
SVG, and yeah, that's great.
that
They
was-
can't fight with.
that was beautiful.
He's the double Macropire man. So
That was beautiful. They immediately saw Quinn TP'd, and they know when Chen has to TP, it takes, what, 6 seconds for them to come back and just jump on these guys, just kill them.
yeah,
Because it's like, even if they recall, it's like you have 6 seconds of leeway to, like, be able to take this fight. And now they're good smoke, picking up on top of a rune. Oh, arcane rune on DP here.
buyback already from SVG. Might as well get that buyback cooldown going. Roche is up 2. Are thinking about going in and doing it? I don't know.
I see it.
I see it's up, but, by now Quincy have already congregated to the nearby high ground. This might be a bit awkward, but is this going to be the last fight, DeMoN?
I mean, no, this not this one, because everyone has buybacks. The other ones I mentioned is because they had no buybacks.
Yeah, fair
with the
enough.
safe calls here.
Sorry, I'm just being a jerk. So, they roll in. We'll see the approach from Quincy here. Quinn creeping in close. You can see how uneasy business are about this kind of commitment. They already get the Roche down to half.
They don't feel too bad about it because it's an arcane rune DP with the Nocturne.
Yeah. 76.13 cooldown, it looked like there, while it had the arcane out.
I mean, Naga really wants another item, but at the same time, he has the Apex instead of his bots. He wants one of those like broken boots.
They go in, they're going to try to quickly. They got it. Are they going to jump in while they're scrambling for items?
They used all their BKBs.
I guess they anticipated there was just going to be a quick jump in or something. And they song. Wow. Very, very defensive from Quincy. They highly value that.
This can be like a 90-minute game, 80-minute game.
This is our first game. First game of the playoffs, first game of the day. I'm going to have to call the wife and tell her I'll be home late tonight. All for the better, because I'd rather have long, strategic, intense Dota like this than, some of the days we had 2-0 stomps that were just hard to cast.
Definitely a high-level game.
Yeah.
Really appreciate this game for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, how often do we even get to see these final neutral items come out? So
Fear is going for a BKB now. I still prefer him getting an Ags, but no. Ags is Ags does a lot for the fights in terms of control.
Maybe just valuing that he can somehow stay alive and get that clutch save.
He has a lot of defensive items already. The Blink and Force Staff and the cast range.
I just
is
guess
double
like
disruption.
2200 life this late in the game doesn't seem like a lot, I guess. But Brax is only has 2700. When you're looking at moves, got like 4800, and DP's got 3900. 2200 doesn't look that big.
He's going for a heart now on DP. Oh no, sheep. He's like unsure. So maybe another Shivas would be good. I think he needs like getting another armor item. 64. I don't know how much more percentage he'd get from it.
And now they're kind of stuck inside here as Quincy loop around to the southern front and try to scratch away at that tier 3.
Business feels a little awkward right now because it's like this Chen, like a top lane.
What's he got? More
All
range
these
creeps. Oh my
dragon
God.
creep.
This is like some
They're able to
Narnia
shove
over
in
here.
3 lanes at once, and business is just like, they're stuck in their base right now because they need to be able to get these lanes out. Oh my God, the cooldown on Crypt Swarm is 1.5 seconds.
Wow.
Oh, this is it.
Go in. Quinn?
Nice.
Wow! He is out just like that. Big Ice Blast, big Dual Breath. Oh, SVG commits the refresh. He has another refresher? Yeah, he got 2 refreshers. And now they're in trouble. Half committed between staying and going. Could cost Quincy a lot here. They'll lose their Aegis. They lost SVG. He's out
Top lane
without a
as well.
buyback. But we got Mojo's army. Look at this thing. Wow. And they all have to TP to the top lane and deal with it. And they're going to make it.
Is it dead?
Oh, Glyph.
What's the glyph?
Wow.
Oh, he canceled the TP. All his creeps are dead? All my friends are dead.
Wow, not going to be able to get the racks, but what a serious
No,
threat
what,
from
what's
Mojo.
what's big about that? It's not about the racks. Yeah, it does change the aspect of the game just a little bit, but it's the ability that they were able to force this glyph, and that kind of changes a little bit in the game. And right now, business should really look into obviously forcing some buybacks, forcing this buyback from this invoker. Jakiro actually doesn't have buyback. Maybe if they have the timers on these buybacks, it's actually a very big deal, and they can abuse the fact that everyone on business has a buyback right now, and they can just use their buyback and just TP back bots back in, and just they should take this fight 5v4.
We'll see. They rush that way down the mid lane. Mojo
DP
frantically trying to push out the bottom lane in the meantime, but
they're already cutting waves, so this is the only way. If they're able to kill this wave, then this push is like done.
they're going right in. Snowball and a song
Yeah,
to slow
they
them.
know now.
Oh, but
Not buyback.
Brax with the BKB jumps in to forget the song, but Yawar pops his own BKB and is not going to be able to get the spear off. He does use the neutral item, and I thought had a new BKB available, but no, that's not going to be the case.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Scheme's over.
Radiant's ancient.
Here's another edict here.
We'll see if they can stop him before the firepower comes out. They roll on in. They look to pincer moves. Brax shoved
Just
back.
kidding.
DD in the mix, though, and it looks like they will blast them down, holding their mighty ancient. They kick DP inside the fountain to finish them off. Quinn with the double.
Oh, they killed off the creep wave. Moon didn't get his BKB off. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
That's not good. I mean, like you
This
said
game
before,
just-
they have buybacks, and they'll have a BKB for the buyback, but now suddenly we are back the other way, and it could be the final hurrah for business if not careful.
Game of throws here.
They will not have exorcism for another 50 seconds.
Just buy back.
Holding it. Okay, early disruption on Naga. There are the buybacks. Same time. Yule's out. They see Quinn jump in arena. It's on to MSS. But he gets snowballed out from the arena, and he's going to be fine. Quinn spaces him out. Yawar moving in. They look to focus Moo. But now Yawar in a bit of trouble. Has to pop his BKB. And they commit the song. How do they want to play this? Oh, they're chasing him. They're chasing him with the blinks. Just outside the range of the song, they chase them down, and they want to make them pay. Business moving in. Naga got the Lotus, forced back into the enemy. Going to be finished off. Does have a buyback. Uses the buyback. Yawar TPs to the top lane. The rest of the team going to have to deal with this one. Big arrows. Catches Quinn on the backside, and he's going to get siphoned up. Oh no, he's fine. He runs out the other front. He eats the cheese. He's fully healed. The song again. Locks him in their spot. They look to go on to 9. Moose leaps out and away from trouble. Moo in the mix. Ice pass there. Catches him. Follow-up tornado. He has no more BKB. He only has the Yules and everything in his mana pool left. And it's not going to be enough. They get finished off within their own arena. That save onto Quinn and somehow surviving and eating the cheese. Are you kidding me?
Dire's top barracks
Wow.
are under attack.
I'm just speechless.
I am so sad I don't have the capability here to pull out a replay in that moment to watch exactly what the hell transpired. But here they come, Quincy crew, without the buybacks. I think that's going to be it. This could be the nail in the coffin for game number 1. An incredibly well fought for both sides. Obviously, quite hysterical. Mistakes were made.
Dire's ancient.
Moo doing everything he can, or Moo's doing everything he can, leaping into him, Braxton behind. But as you can see, the fate is the same. It's going to be Quincy crew securing game number 1 in this best of 3 playoff match.
Yeah, there was just wow. I'm speechless after that game a little bit. It was good game. This Naga with this refresher as well was like very game changing for these like team fights. I think that was like the key thing for them. That Quincy was able to like reset a lot because they're basically when he throws off his ult, it's a free fountain regen for them. For the next, and they're able to reset, go back to full HP. Which is like Quinn almost died there, and it was just everything was just like clutch at the end. And at the end of the day, Quincy just played a little bit better. They had the right maneuvers. They had I think I'll call it like a heads up play, and identifying like when things were like becoming a stalemate, they were able to think one step ahead of what business wanted to do. Um, even at the end, I felt like the win for business was just if they just kind of bought Boots of Travel, just TP bottom, knowing that they don't have Glyph, and went all in on this throne, they would have just won with because DP ulti went up instead of just taking this chaotic fight in this mid lane. The racks would have been free because if, for example, Naga uses sleep, you still have the ghost and you have edict like constantly just melting this throne, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was already at half HP. But all in all, I just Quincy just was the better team and they played really great.
Yeah, it was a long journey to get to that point, and it's even hard to reflect about how things went with the laning phase and the mid game and such. It felt like ultimately both teams kept meeting in a mutual playing field, and it all came down to who got the better approach, who was able to execute, and there were obviously little misfires here and there, maybe a BKB not going off when necessary, maybe an unnecessary dive when it was a bit too greedy, and those can end up costing you a bit. But, how often are games getting to this kind of level, late game, crazy neutral items, obviously changing the impact of fights? Heroes who have Agnum Scepters who normally don't can certainly change a lot of things in these fights. So very intense stuff, very exciting for both teams, a strong performance, and what a way to start off today's playoff action. I'm excited about it, but we certainly need to cut to a break and refresh. We have another game coming your way, so we'll see you soon for more BTS Pro Series action, energized by Monster.